Events, a Dracula double feature. Tickets on sale now at fathomevents.com.
This movie is excellent on every level possible.
This is a beautiful movie with great performances in it.
Images from this film stay in my mind.
I think it's just almost like a perfect movie.
It is definitely an essential.
Ninotchka, 1939. The camera, indeed, loved Greta Garbo.
This was a very daring, controversial movie to make at this time.
Ernst Lubitsch had an enchanted career, one great movie after another.
I always liked this movie, but the more I learned about the making of the film, I actually found I loved the movie.
Now, don't misunderstand me. I do not hold your frivolity against you. As basic material, you may not be bad, but you are the unfortunate product of a doomed culture. I feel very sorry for you.
Ah, but you must admit that this doomed old civilization sparkles. Look at it. It glitters.
I do not deny its beauty, but it's a waste of electricity.
What a city.
You know, some lives and some careers are just kind of enchanted, I think, and Garbo's was one of those. We have a Garbo film coming up next, and, you know, when she entered films from out of nowhere, from Europe, turned out to be this incredible star. The camera loved her, the audiences loved her. When it came time to do sound films, and they were worried that her accent wouldn't work out in English language films, and it turned out to be perfect. She had the perfect voice for that people imagined Garbo would have, and that was kind of magical. And then also when they started getting tired of all these dramas she was doing, she did a comedy.
Yeah.
Well, it turned out to be not just a comedy, but this Ernst Lubitsch comedy we're about to bring you, and this turned out to be perfect.
Yes, it is a very interesting film. I learned to love it even more as I read about it and what it took to make it. Not really ever putting it together in my head, the era, the time it was actually made in. And Billy Wilder, again, is writing this movie.
Right.
And it was at a time when Hitler just invaded Czechoslovakia.
Right.
And Russia was going through some serious political issues. I mean, Purge was happening, and it was a very complicated and controversial time to be sort of making jokes.
Yeah, it wasn't funny business
at all about the Communist Party. And yet they were. Billy Wilder wrote her character, Ninotchka, as a very proud, intelligent woman who had very strong beliefs, and the things that she said about the Communist Party, anybody would think, yes, that sounds right to me.
This man is very old. You shouldn't make him work.
He takes good care of that.
He looks sad. Do you whip him?
No, but the mere thought makes my mouth water.
So it was actually very controversial to do this movie at this time. And I have to honestly say, I was never really a big Garbo fan. I didn't quite get it until this movie. And then you see it. And
did you have a chance to see her on the big screen when you were growing up, or was that mainly on television?
No, I just saw her on television.
Yeah,
I never,
that's a difference.
Really, because
seeing
she
her
was
on the
so
big
alive
screen.
on the big screen. Of course, I've seen those dramas of hers many, many times on television, and maybe it was the era that they, again, the acting era they were done in, that somehow it didn't speak to me. But this spoke to me. This always got me, and especially nowadays when I look at it, I can appreciate the comedy ability, the comedic ability that she has, that you really just, you had never seen before. And you see, she has such a handle on it, and she's so sure of it. You know, she's not pushing it. It's just simply quietly, you know, contained and there.
You're very talkative.
And she's playing opposite just a wonderful, wonderful Melvin Douglas.
No, and they didn't get better.
Always great.
He was kind of like Joel McRae.
He was.
Where he never got really appreciated, and now you look at the things that he did it so well.
Oh, he did it so well. All the physical comedy, and you just believed that they fell in love.
I know they went after Cary Grant for it at one point, William Powell and everything, and they would have been just fine, but Melvin Douglas couldn't be better.
Yeah, again, things work out like they're supposed to work out because he's just so right in it.
Yeah. So let's see the movie.
Yes.
Here it is. Have a look at the film that was sold with the tagline, Garbo Laughs. And that was it. 1939, and from director Ernst Lubitsch, Ninotchka.